What's up, neighbors? Boom.
What's up, y'all? It's Mayday Training. My name's Davon.
I'm Shanar.
And today we're talking to you guys about water. So let's dive right into it.
We got a couple questions. Not something that we actually get a whole lot of questions from, but we've been asked it enough. We deal with it enough.
Yeah.
It is important to everybody. So we wanted to just talk about it. A couple of things we're gonna go over is like how much water does a person actually need to drink? Is a gallon actually necessary? Because they have this thing where it's like a gallon a day. You got the gallon jugs. They're like marked for like 6 a.m. It's like, do you really have to do that? And what happens if you just don't like water?
You don't like it, you don't drink it. Question is, how are you still here? But we're gonna go over all that. So first things first, right? How much water does a person actually need?
Well, regular men and women, sedentary people who just sit at a desk or have like a stationary job who aren't doing a whole lot of activity. We're just talking about like your average everyday person, not like athlete, somebody who needs all this extra, just everyday person, average human being. For men, 3 liters. Women, 2.2 liters of water.
In that ballpark.
Not that much. Give them an example, like how much is that?
That's like 8 to 13 cups of water. So,
Water bottle.
water bottles,
It's like 2 of them.
that's like 4 of them.
4?
It's like 4 of them.
The 16-ounce water bottles?
Yeah, 8 ounces per cup.
Oh man.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
My
Drink
fault,
it
y'all. I
easy.
thought it was 2 water bottles.
Nah, like 4 water bottles, minimum.
Even that, it's not that much.
Nah.
But we understand it's common to just grab a water bottle on the go. A lot of people get their cases. They'll grab 1, maybe 2, and just sip throughout the day. Maybe drink it like with their snack or with their lunch. More of like something to like wash.
Whatever, it's like a palate cleanser for a lot of
Yeah.
people. There's a big thing with individuals drinking a lot of liquids, not inherently water. Of course, us being comprised 60% approximately of water, it's a real important thing for us. We need to be hydrated on a regular basis.
Right.
And when our bodies don't receive the recommended amount, or at least a maintenance amount of water, some weird stuff starts happening. And it's not good weird stuff. It's like weird, man, this is like kind of a hindrance stuff. Just what is it, like a PSA, a Mayday account of broadcasting to you guys. Drink water, or a couple alternatives, and we'll give those to you guys a little bit later.
Yeah, so there's a couple of other reasons why you may need to drink more or less. It's actually not necessary to drink a gallon every day. It's good if you can, and you're one of those people that want to go for it. Do it.
Ain't gonna hurt
It's
you.
the best. That's the best thing. We are gallon drinkers, and
Gallon
when
gustlers.
we have been below that, it shows.
Yeah.
Primarily, if you are on like a weight loss journey, for every 25 pounds over the ideal body weight, you want to take in an extra 6 to 8 ounces.
Yeah.
And so, for those of you who are trying to lose a lot of body fat, 25, 50, 75, whatever, drink your gallon. That's the best way to do that. And anybody that's just losing, like doing any type of like weight loss or strenuous training, bodybuilding or anything like that, you'll see a lot of bodybuilders who don't have a lot of body fat on them, but they need their gallons of water too.
Yeah. So that's a really good segue as to why some of you may be thinking, hey, I'm trying to lose this extra weight and I'm on a deficit, or I'm doing this as a whole. Why would I need to drink more water? Well, there are a couple main reasons, but I want to start with this here. So here we talk a lot about calories. We believe in calories. They're really important. They're the only and real main driver of weight gain and weight loss, being in a deficit or a surplus. But some really cool information I learned while I was still in college was the unit measurement of a calorie. Where did it come from? This blew my mind, and it gave me an entirely new perspective of water in regards to weight loss. So the unit, or the measurement of calorie, the measurement of energy, was actually coined via an experiment that they did when it came to raising the temperature of water. More specifically, a calorie as a whole, 1 calorie is the amount of thermal energy it takes to raise a liter of water 1 degree Celsius. Now, why is that important? So we just said earlier, if you have a weight loss goal, and more so if you have weight above, if you will, whatever it may be, up to 25 pounds roughly above your ideal weight that you are trying to lose, it's recommended you get a minimum, it's not saying specifically, but a minimum of 6 to 8 ounces of water, mainly because your body, upon receiving this water, drinking it, will not only help with a myriad of other functions that take place, be it your endocrine system, your hormones, nutrient distribution, your blood pressure, the blood volume that you have, which helps oxygen and nutrient delivery to the entirety of your body. Metabolic improvement, you'll be able to digest food better. You've probably been sweating your tail off in the gym to lose this weight. Right, your blood volume as a whole. It helps regulate blood pressure.
These are all things that
just water.
Nobody's really even thinking about.
Really, just getting your water in.
Just water.
But the icing on top of the cake, right? If you're drinking cold water, which you should be if you're doing physical activity that is strenuous and raising your core body temperature, your body has to bring that cold water to the same temperature as your 98.5 degree Fahrenheit body. So in order to do this, it raises its core temperature. In that process, you burn calories, raising that water's core temperature. So it's like a little trick, if you will. The more water you drink, especially cold water, you can get it down in your system, the more calories you'll burn, which will put you in an even bigger deficit. I thought that was pretty cool.
I have no idea what you just said, y'all.
Come on. Either way, if you caught it, you caught it. Take it, run with it, and drink your water.
In short, if you were like he was talking about weight loss, but even if you're like bodybuilding and for whatever reason, or you're on a diet where you need to take in a lot more protein, when you're taking in more protein than average, and I'm talking to people who are most likely already in the fitness industry, who are already like I said, bodybuilders, mainly athletes, because you guys are the only ones, it's like we're the only ones who really consciously think about getting that much protein in. You definitely need to be taking in more water.
100%.
Like,
without fail, yeah. It'll help with, she was talking about your metabolic process, digestion as a whole. For those who take in a lot of protein, when going to the bathroom, you can get kind of stuffed up, constipated. Water will help smooth all of that out. It will help with just the nutrient absorption. Fun fact, how long can we go without food?
Right, okay, why is water so vitally important, right? For those of you who are like, I just don't like water. Like, not trying to make fun of you, but I'll make fun of you because it's like, it's that important. Like, it has no flavor, like, just drink it. So the whole thing is like, our bodies, like he said earlier, we're comprised of 60%
water.
What, like, out of all of this weight, like the weight that you're trying to lose, water, 60% regardless of like your body composition, 60%. You can go dang near a month, if not more, without food. Like, the human body can go that long without food. I know some of you feel like I can't even go 5 hours without food. Almost a month.
I'm somebody.
Water, your body will start to shut down after 3 days.
Your body adjusts, if you will. It adapts to the lack of calories, carbohydrates, protein, and fats. It'll tap into your stores. That's what the fat is for. Your body will literally adjust, go into ketosis if there isn't present enough carbohydrates. It will feed and sustain itself with the tissues and the energies that it has stored up. Your body will adapt in that sense. One thing that your body cannot adapt to is the lack of water. It literally fuels every single metabolic process in your body. You can't function without it. You are in a sense water and a series of other elements.
Let's hit water in mass.
That part.
Yeah.
So
surprise, surprise.
Like she said, 3 days without it, you're feeling
it's a problem.
You're
you start getting headaches. For those of you who get a lot of headaches, how much water are you drinking?
Not sodas, not sweet teas.
Water. Like,
water.
I can promise you, and again, why I'm talking to those of you who get headaches a lot, I guarantee you're not drinking enough water. Like, I can almost just bet that you're not. I'm not going to, but like I'm pretty sure that's your first step. Start drinking at least your minimum of 2.2 liters or 3 liters, whether you're a man or woman. That minimum. Start doing that every day this week, like effective immediately, and I assure your headaches will either dissipate or like die down, because your body's going into overtime, and most likely because you are thirsty. We get thirsty, you're putting something in your body and it's not putting in what you need. There's probably a lot more sugar. Tea drinkers though, like he said, you lucked out. If you're a tea drinker, and I'm not talking about like Arizona sweet tea or like
sugar, salts,
bushes, we live in Texas,
or any other solubles. More so just
sodas, like the water. And like if you're just plain tea, like I drink hot tea with like tea bags, so which is also not a whole lot of people. Maybe with some honey you can get away with it, but even still, like water if you can. There's so many different types. There's pH, there's spring, there's alkaline, there's what is it called, the filtered water. Whatever your choice of water, just consume it. So that's one of the biggest things that we wanted to talk about. Stay hydrated before performances.
So yeah,
that's what I wanted to touch
for you guys who are definitely working out in the gym, training or doing any type of physical activity, more so on those weight loss goals or muscle building goals. If you are doing some type of physical activity, they're supposed to drink what, 6 to 8 ounces per 20 minutes of activity and work. So if you're in the gym for an hour, you should be getting at least 24 to 18 ounces of water in your system, anywhere in that scope. If you're in there for an hour and a half, just add the extra 6 to 8 per 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah, let's put some things into perspective.
You should be drinking a lot, and it should be cold. It helps. So there's another stigma that warm water is better than cold water, more so for the fact that you can drink more warm water, in my personal opinion, than you can cold water. You have to sip on cold water, or it'll make you feel, it'll give you a brain freeze. But if you're training, lowering your core body temperature is going to help. It'll help with that metabolic process, more so in your stomach, your intestines as a whole. And when we elevate that much, if we were to do that for extended periods of times, you could risk overexertion, overheating, which isn't good in the long run. But thirst isn't actually always the best indicator for times to hydrate, to fill up. That's usually one of the last mechanisms your body uses to say, hey, you should put something in us, like ASAP. At that point, we've blown through several factors and you're at dehydration. So
it's like, man, I'm thirsty. It's like, I'll get some in a minute. Like at this point, that's
you're past. So try to beat that. The best way of doing it, keep within those ranges, 2.2 liters to a liter if you're sedentary, and if you're active, just adjust accordingly.
Just make sure you stay hydrated.
Yeah.
He was talking about gyms. I sing like on stage sometimes, and there's a lot of singing, jumping, active movement, and even things like that. If you're like a dancer or you're a performer, like the hydration all throughout is so necessary, not just like at the time of, because you'll find out how much you're needing that. Same with the gym. So any kind of performance, sports performance, artistry performance, dancing, singing, physical, like this is not just like limited to like just like the gym, because you'll find out there's so many other things. Working, like if you work somewhere where you're like exerting a lot of energy, lifting and moving boxes or something like that, water.
Drink it.
You need it. So stay hydrated. We really just came out here to tell y'all, stay hydrated. Start drinking water if you're not. Keep drinking water if you are. Don't pressure yourself to drink a gallon if you're not trying to lose 50 or 25 pounds. But if you are, do the gallon thing. Don't like pressure yourself. Like you don't want to like choke on it, but at least put yourself in motion. Start thinking about it. Start making it a priority.
Yeah. But thank you guys for tuning in, and we hope you take this to heart and start implementing these
immediately.
Right.
This is a charge.
Do it.
All right, y'all. If you have any other questions, be sure to DM us, hit us up on our website, www.maydaytraining.com. Like, comment down here, subscribe. We do have Instagram. It's
at Mayday Training.
I was about to say I Am Training Day. That's it. I Am Training Day. I am Shinar. If y'all want to hit us up personally, but not on no other foo-foo stuff. Business only. But for real, if you have any other questions, we can find the answer if we don't have it. So we want to hear from you. Just hit us up. But until next time.
Catch y'all. Peace.